Hey Adirondack Club family, it's Colin bringing you your Coach's Corner. This week we're going to talk about a really important concept, one that's probably often missed, and that is hydration. Okay, it's so important to performance and making sure that you perform well, especially in the warmer weathers as we're coming up to it. There's some pretty scary stats about most of our athletes. I think there's some 50% of athletes are dehydrated before they even step onto the field. So there's some pretty scary stats on that. And why that is that important? Because being dehydrated is going to decrease your performance. It's going to decrease your ability to make decisions. It's going to impact your ability to play the game. And if you're a bubble player or somebody that needs to perform, this is completely into your control. And if you don't take it seriously, that could be the reason that you're not performing well, maybe in the beginning of a match or in the middle of a match or at the end of a match. Right, and when you start to look at fluid loss, a lot of times we compare it to body weight. So we look at how much fluid you lost when you weigh yourself in and out of a training session. And 1 to 2% decrease in body weight in fluid loss while playing doesn't seem like much, but you'll start to see some performance decreases. You may feel a little crampy, you may be slowed down. The one we see the most is that 2 to 4% of your body weight that you've lost. And there's some research that shows that you will lose up to 25% of your performance, your ability to perform on the field, on the track, wherever you're competing at that percentage. That is huge, right? So your 100-pound athlete, if they lose 2 to 4 pounds of fluid, they are in trouble. Their performance is going to really start tanking. And then if you're getting up into that 6% of your body weight, that's kind of extreme red flag. Bad things happen, heat exhaustion, heat stroke. I've been involved in some of those cases when I was working as an athletic trainer. It is really rough and it takes a while to get back. And a lot of times when we talk to the kids who've had heat exhaustion and issues during the summer months or in the fall hot training months, they just did not prepare well enough. They didn't drink any water. They maybe, in the collegiate setting, they have a cup of coffee and then show up to the 9 a.m. practice saying, no, I'm ready to go. They didn't eat. So definitely a huge component to look at. Some areas that you may notice when you're dehydrated is you're gonna have darker urine. You may feel lightheaded. You might have some headache. You may feel fatigued, and you may not quite know why, but a lot of times it's got to do with your hydration. And especially if you're in school and you're sitting in all day and you don't have access to regular water, that can be a definite issue. So what do we do about it? So we suggest that our athletes try to drink 16 ounces of water 2 hours prior to training to really start to get the water in there. And then 10 to 15 minutes before a match or whatever you're gaming or practice, try to get about an 8-ounce glass of water consumed so that you're ready to go. And then you've got to try to get sips throughout the training session or game or practice to say to keep your hydration up. And I know you've got to figure out what works best for you, because sometimes having to run to the bathroom every period is not great and can be stressful as well. So you're going to have to figure out what works best for you. On the back end, some stuff that we've had a lot of success with is having our athletes weigh in prior and then weighing out and then looking at how many pounds down they are. You're not losing a ton of fat, pounds of fat in a training session. That is going to be fluids that you're losing, electrolytes, water, and some other stuff. So when you look at how many pounds you're down, you want to try to refuel with, think about 20 ounces of water for every pound that is lost to really get back there. And you, if you're playing multiple games in a day, this is really important that you focus on this, because we talk about kind of winning the recovery. If you can win that recovery between session to session, that's going to help you perform better, because you're taking it seriously and your opponent might not be. They may be just chilling out, sipping on a soda, waiting for their next game, while you're getting rehydrated, getting refueled, and getting refocused on how you are going to perform in your next match. So if you need help with hydration strategies, check out our pre-participation nutrition packet. I'll send it over to you. Just shoot me an email and I can get it to you. And then let us know if you need anything else. We look forward to seeing you out there on the turf. Have a great day.